Great. So we're going to start seated, and we'll take Gyan Mudra or Chin Mudra, it's also called, index finger and thumb touching, and you can either have your palms turned up to lift yourself up, or you can turn your palms down on your knees to ground down. Softening your shoulders back and starting to breathe deep, long breaths as we tune into our breath with an equanimous inhale and exhale. Allowing your breath to lengthen and expand as you inhale, rounding your belly. As you exhale, softening and drawing lower belly in to yoke your core. Keeping that going and noticing the natural rhythm, the steadiness, the path of your breath. Allowing each breath to center you, to keep you grounded, and allowing each breath to open you to space, the space of your body, the space around. Noticing with an inhale, refreshing yourself, and as you exhale, cleansing and releasing. Today's class will be breathing with our own natural rhythm and creating sound breath, noticing the sound as you breathe through your nostrils and slightly close the back of your throat. And as you create this sound, focusing on the sound, when we come to move, we create a moving meditation. Our breath is equal, balanced, steady, and free. Noticing the sound of your breath like the ocean waves calming through you. And this breath technique is called Ujjayi breath, translating as victorious breath. And the victory that we can train our mind and our body to be in balance with our breath. Let's take one more breath, please, just with our concentration. And then we'll keep that going as we start to move. Lifting your gaze, and let's cross our legs the opposite way, please. Taking our hands to your knees. Seated cat-cow with an inhale, lift the heart, soften shoulders back. As you exhale, drawing lower belly in and tilting, rounding. Inhale to lift up and lengthen again, lifting your heart. Exhale to round, drawing lower belly in. Keeping that going, noticing your breath and the wave of your breath. Trying to expand each movement a bit more. So as you inhale, really lifting your heart, dropping your shoulders back. As you exhale, rounding and emphasizing, drawing lower belly in. Inhale to lift with your breath as a wave. Exhale to round and yoke your core. Inhale to rise, lengthening your spine. And exhale to round, tilting the pelvis slightly. One more breath, noticing the fullness and linking the movement with your breath. Come to a flat back, and we'll take our elbows into the sides. And we'll just move the hands out to the sides as far as we can, and then back in towards the center. Keep that going. Check in with both elbows and see if they're both level. Your shoulders are level. Your body feels balanced. And as you breathe with your natural rhythm, just notice both shoulders. If one feels tighter than the other, notice across your chest, your collarbone, and down through your spine, your back. Let's take one more time, out and in. And then taking our hands to our shoulders, we'll take circles with the elbows, circling round, softening shoulders back. We'll notice our shoulders with the whole of our body, releasing any stress, any tension from our back and around our neck. And as we move, freeing up, inviting spaciousness, refreshing energy. Great, one more circle round, please. Let's take the elbows out, and then we're just going to do something funny where we tilt from side to side. You can inhale to one side, exhale to the other. Keep that going. Inhale to one side, and exhale to the other. One more time. Great. The next time you tilt over to one side, just drop the hand that's nearer the ground and reach the other arm up. We'll stretch through the side body, feeling length through your rib cage, down to your hip, noticing lifting your heart and your gaze. One more breath. And then let's take the hand to the back of the shoulder. It's a bit of a deeper stretch. Lift the elbow up and look up. One more breath. Exhale, coming up, and we'll go to the other side, stretching your other arm overhead, softening the shoulder, looking up, pressing to both hips, lengthening through. Keep the breath flowing, big, deep, generous breath. Taking your hand to the back of your shoulder and lifting up again, looking up, turning through your rib cage, your thoracic spine. Lovely. Let's lift both hands up to the sky, touch the palms together and take the palms to our hearts. Closing your eyes, just focusing for a breath and thanking your body, your heart and mind. Let's take our hands and our knees to the ground, and we'll press back to child's pose, our rest pose at any time during the flow and the standing postures of the class. As you soften your shoulders, softening your face and jaw, lengthening your hands forward, and maybe coming up onto your fingertips for an extra stretch. You can relax the hands, even taking the hands to the feet if you want to relax your shoulders. Have another breath and breathe through the back of the body. And then let's come up to tabletop. We'll practice tiger stretch, moving the right foot to the back of the mat. Press the toes down. Feel your leg line and your thighs, balancing with your shoulders and your core. Let's lift the left hand forward, and either you stay with the right foot down or we lift it parallel to the ground. Pressing the heel away, turning the toes down. Feel your inner thigh and your glute. Exhale, let's draw elbow to knee, activating our core. Feel your right shoulder lifted. Inhale, reach away again. Twice more. Exhale into center. Inhale to lengthen. Once more. Exhale into center. Inhale to reach long. Exhale, hand and knee down. Let's go to the other side. So have a little shuffle. Check in with your fingers. Spreading the fingers away from each other and pressing the pads down. We'll take the left foot back to the back of the mat, pressing the toes, activating the thigh, feel the heel. Now lift your right hand forward, please, lengthening through. You can stay there or lift the left foot off the ground, pressing to the heel. Feel the inner thigh and the toes turning downwards. Feel your pelvis stabilizing with your shoulders. Let's activate our core as we draw the elbow into knee. Inhale to reach away. Twice more. Exhale into knee. Well done. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale in. Inhale to reach long. Exhale, hands and knees down. And let's press back to child's pose one more time. This time taking your hands over to the right side of your mat or off the mat. And as you press your hips back to your heels, feel the left hip towards the left heel a little bit more. Stretching through this left side, your head can be hanging low and soft. Maybe have a sigh. Let's go over to the left side, noticing this side as you breathe through and press your right hip to right heel, softening with your breath. Great, coming back to center. Going to tuck the toes under and lift up to plank pose. In plank, whenever we come to plank during class, you can have your knees down to help you, and that's just as good, lifting up through your core and your shoulders, or really strong legs pressing to the heels. Let's bend the knees and send the hips back and up for downward facing dog. Now hands and feet roughly stay the same length, the same position, as this is our full length in down dog. You can start to straighten one leg as you bend the other knee, and then walking your dog or pedaling your legs from side to side. Bending one knee as the other heel presses down, feeling from the hands all the way up through the arms to the shoulders, feeling through the spine, the sides of the body, and noticing the legs, stretching out the back of the legs as you press one heel down and then the other. Let's check how we're going to lower down through our sun salutations. So we come forward to plank, please, with a long straight line, lifting our hips so that we're not dipping our lower back. Great. Exhale, knees down, and then we take a mini press up, bringing the elbows into the sides, not dropping too low to the ground, as we then lift our heart, send the shoulders back, feet are flat at the back of the mat for cobra. Let's have a little sway in cobra first of all, unless you need to rest and it's a little bit hard for you to stay up. Great, everyone. Lovely. And then let's activate the hands, tuck the toes, and lift the knees back with the hips up to downward facing dog. You can choose that variation of the vinyasa, which we do in our sun salutations. If that gets a bit hard or you find it hard straight away, you can come forward to plank, have your knees down to the ground, and take cat-cow. With an inhale, let's look forward, lift our chest and our tailbone. Exhale, rounding, draw up through your core and round the shoulders. And that is instead of the cobra, and we're not lowering down. And then from there, we lift back up to downward facing dog. Let's all try that again. Great. Let's walk our feet forward to the front of the mat, please. And as you walk forward, have your feet hip distance apart, hands to opposite elbows. As you move from side to side, swaying out your body, letting all the weight drop through your body to your head, relaxing your face, your jaw, relaxing down, noticing the weight of both feet and the balance of your feet, noticing the weight dropping through your body, softening your shoulders, maybe shrugging your shoulders up and around a few times, and we can shake our head lightly yes and no as well. Let's start to roll up slowly through the spine, taking a full deep breath to come all the way up to standing, please. Noticing as you rise that you can lower your shoulders back and down and great, shrugging them a few times. Brilliant. Let's start with a few half sun salutations. So we ground down to our feet into Tadasana. I'll come in between you, but if you don't have to move, it's fine. I just thought I was quite close to you there. And as we feel into our feet, feel into the balance of weight. Lengthen up through your shins, your legs, have your hands to the sides. We stand strong with softness as a mountain, with steadiness and ease. We try to achieve this in all of our postures, to feel into the strength of our legs and our core, and to soften through our shoulders, our face. Looking forward, keeping your gaze to one point, and noticing how your breath steadies your body, and how your gaze steadies your mind as well as your breath. Let's take our hands to our hearts, and as we close our eyes, just noticing the weight of your body from both feet, lifting up through the shins, the knees, the thighs, lengthening through your spine to the crown of your head. As you set your intention for your practice, and we do this to feel into mindfulness, and how we feel today as well. And as we set an intention to say thanks, to appreciate, to understand, and to accept, let's send this out to our life. Let's start with 3 half sun salutations. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky, looking up. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend your knees as you lower down. Inhale, look forward to a flat back, hands come to shins. Exhale, lowering all the way into your forward fold again. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sides or forward, reaching them up to the sky, looking up. Now exhale, let's bow down again. Forward fold with your knees bent as you lower. Inhale, looking forward to a flat back, hands can come to shins or knees. Exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, reach the hands forward or out to the sides, lifting up. And one more time, exhale, forward fold, lowering all the way down. Inhale, rising halfway, lifting your lower belly and heart. Exhale, forward fold with your lower belly lifted. Inhale, rise all the way up to the top. Reaching high, looking up. Let's interlace the fingers and turn the palms of the hands up. Press your heels of your hands to the sky and feel your feet. Now let's sway from side to side a little bit, noticing the shoulders, the hips, the sides of the body. Lift up through your core and press to both feet equally. One more time each way. And let's end on the opposite side we didn't start with. I'm not sure which one. Inhale, reach the hands up. And exhale, let's take our hands down. Brilliant. Coming to the top of your mat. Cheryl, do you want to move back a tiny bit? Is that okay? Because I feel like we're a tiny bit close. That's great. We'll probably just give ourselves room. You're okay there, Eileen. You're totally fine. You're totally fine. Great. That's super. Brilliant. It's okay. It's me doing the stickers, isn't it? Inhale, let's take our hands to our heart and prepare for our sun salutation. Maybe closing your eyes again to just check in with your weight. Inhale, let's lift our hands up to the sky, looking up. Exhale, forward fold as you bend and lower down. Inhale, look forward to a flat back, lift up halfway. Exhale, hands down, stepping back with your right foot, right knee down. We take low lunge, lifting the hands up to the sky. Lift from your pelvis, draw up through your core, and either hands can be separate or together. Notice both feet. Have an extra breath here. Inhale through. And exhale, hands down. Stepping back to plank. The knees can be down. Exhale, knees, chest, chin as you lower down through your press up, or you can take cat-cow on your knees. Inhale, sweep the heart forward for cobra. Looking forward, lift your heart and shoulders back. Exhale, tuck the toes and lift back downward facing dog. Well done. Let's take 3 big breaths, and you can pedal, walk your dog, or stay in stillness. Noticing from hands to feet, spreading the fingers, lengthening through the spine. One more breath, breathing through, lifting shoulders, lifting core. Inhale, let's lift right foot up. You can reach it quite far or keep it a bit low. Exhale, draw the knee in and step the foot forward to between the hands, maybe moving it a few times up the mat if you need to. Hands can frame the front foot, and we always check that this right knee is over the right heel to stack our joints and correct our alignment. Inhale, reach the hands when you're ready. Hands can be shoulder width or together again. Softening shoulders, softening face and jaw. Feeling both feet, lengthening from your tailbone, the back of the hips, lifting up to the top. Exhale, hands down, stepping forwards with an inhale, looking forwards, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, lift lower belly and shoulders. Inhale, rise up to the top, reaching up and looking up. Exhale, let's forward fold down again. Inhale, looking forward to a flat back. Exhale, hands down, stepping back with the left foot now, and left knee down again for low lunge on this side. Reaching your hands when you're ready, gazing up. Feel the softness of your arms and your shoulders, strength of your legs. One more big inhale, drawing lower belly in. Exhale, hands down. Stepping back to plank with an inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or your cat-cow variation. Inhale, sweep the heart forward, shoulders back for cobra, looking forwards and up. Exhale, tuck the toes, lengthen back down dog. Well done. 3 more big breaths, and if you ever need to rest, you can take your knees down and soften into child's pose. Breathing through, tapping into the balance of your breath each time you come to down dog, with your body, your hands and your feet, shoulders and hips. Inhale, let's lift left foot up to the sky, please. Exhale, draw the knee in and step the foot forward, maybe stepping it a few times to get it between your hands again and checking the knees over the heel. Inhale, let's rise up, lifting through heart, soften shoulders, lift gaze. Breathing through, feel your feet. Exhale, hands down, stepping forwards with an inhale, looking forwards, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, lift lower belly and shoulders lift away from ears. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky, looking up. And exhale, let's bow down again slowly. Inhale to look forward to lengthen. Exhale, stepping your right foot back now. Let's choose low lunge again, unless you want to power up in high lunge and work a bit harder. Reaching the hands overhead, we're going to take our right wrist and both hands over to the left side. Feel into this right side of the body being stretched. Breathing through. Well done. Exhale, hands down. Let's step back to plank. And this time in plank, we're going to lower down all the way to the ground. So lowering all the way onto your belly. Take your elbows under your shoulders and wriggle onto the front of your thighs for Sphinx pose. As we wriggle onto the front of our thighs, we're helping our legs keep with alignment and not swaying them out too much. So we try to align from our toes, lifting up through the leg line, lifting through your glutes, lengthen through your spine. To the crown of your head, soften shoulders back, lifting your heart and gaze. Let's stay here for 3 deep breaths to cool down, to balance with our breath. Well done. One more big breath. Great. Lifting our hips now. We're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, walk the hands to be shoulder width apart, and take the hips all the way back to child's pose, stretching out. Maybe your toes are still tucked under or their feet can be flat. And as you lengthen through your spine, just softening and resting. Let's press back up to downward facing dog to continue with our flow. With an inhale, lift the right foot up to the sky, please. Exhale, draw the knee in and step it to the top of the mat. Maybe the foot needs to be moved a few times again, and we check the right knee is over the heel. Inhale, lift the hands up. Let's take our left wrist and stretch the left side of our body. Softening shoulders, lifting heart and gaze, pressing to the feet, breathing through. Lovely. Exhale, hands down, stepping forwards with an inhale, looking forwards, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, lift lower belly and shoulders. Inhale, rise up to the top, reaching up and looking up. And exhale, let's dive down again. Inhale, looking forward to a flat back. Exhale, take your hands down and step the left foot back, but press the heel down now and make a little diagonal, 45-degree-ish angle with the toes turned out to the side. Great. Let's feel our feet and then rise up through the body, noticing the right knee bent and moving that over the right heel so it's stacked again. Hands can be shoulder width apart or together for warrior one. And as we press to the back heel, noticing the back glutes, lifting and lengthening through your gaze, softening your face, drawing up through your core. One more breath, then we'll start flowing a little bit with this. Exhale, let's lower down. Take the hands backwards, draw up through your lower belly. Inhale, rise back up to the top. Feel the back glute. Twice more. Exhale to lower and bow. Inhale to rise, looking up. Once more. Exhale, lowering. And inhale, rising. Holding your warrior one for another breath. Hands separate or together. Let's open warrior two, hands out to the sides, looking over to the right middle finger and the hands are shoulder width apart. You move your back foot back a little bit and frame it to the back of the mat so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Check to see the right big toe beyond your knee so the knee is framed over the heel. And as you turn your palms up, we can feel into our upper arms lifted and the shoulders soft. Great. Let's move with our breath again. Inhale to lift the hands overhead, straighten the front leg. Exhale to rebend the right knee and lower down, looking down right upper arm. Inhale, rising up to the top, looking up. Exhale, lowering into your power. Once more. Inhale to rise with your core. Exhale to lower. Feel your leg strength. Check in with the right big toe again, just beyond the knee, so your legs are aligned. Switch on through the inner thighs and your core. We'll hold it for one more breath in our warrior two. Lovely. Great. Let's take our hands down to the ground and take plank pose. Lowering through your vinyasa or cat-cow, lowering knees, chest, chin. Inhale to rise for cobra, looking forward, shoulders back. Exhale back to downward facing dog or child's pose. 3 big breaths, noticing your breath, spreading the fingers, pressing the pads of the hands down, lifting up through your shoulders to your hips, lengthening through the spine. Lovely. Inhale, lifting left foot up to the sky, please. Exhale, step it forward, top of the mat. Let's keep the hands down for a moment. Angle our back foot in for that 45-degree angle. Feel into the legs and your core and rise up to the top. Warrior one. Check in with the left knees bent over the left heel and center. And as we feel our right heel, switch on your right glute. Lengthen to the fingertips, lifting through your core and your spine. Hands can be separate or together again, softening shoulders and face. One more breath here, feeling the legs really strong as our foundation for a whole body and mind. Exhale, let's bow forward, draw up through our core, soften shoulders back. Inhale to reach up to the top. Twice more. Exhale to lower, feeling into your breath. Inhale to rise, feel the back glute. Exhale to lower, softening. Inhale to rise, lighting up to the top. Holding for an extra breath, choose your hand position again. Feel the feet lengthen through your spine, looking up. Exhale, let's open the arms to the sides, shoulder height. Move the feet so that they're a bit wider apart, and we check in with the back, outer edge of the back foot to be parallel to the back of the mat. Lovely. Palms face up, and we check in with our left big toe beyond the left knee. And noticing the strength of your legs with softness up to your shoulders, your face again. One more breath here, softening down, Great, let's inhale, rise the hands overhead, straighten the front leg, looking up. Exhale, re-lower, looking down the left upper arm. Inhale, rise up to the top. Exhale, lowering into your power. Once more, inhale to rise and lengthen. Exhale to lower. Holding here again with your core strength. Switch on your inner thighs. Press to both feet. One more breath. Well done. Exhale, let's take both hands down, turn to face the mat and take the back foot back to plank again. You can skip the vinyasa if you want to, take cat-cow, or let's lower down, knees, chest, chin, elbows in. Inhale, sweep the heart forward, shoulders back and down, lifting your heart. Exhale, back to down dog. Lengthening through, lengthening to the hips, pressing to your heels, drawing up through your core, softening your face. Maybe have a little shake, yes and no, of your head to release any tension. Breathing through. Well done. Let's take our knees down to the ground for a wide knee child's pose. Move the knees out towards the sides of the mat. And you can either have the hands forward or back to your heels to rest your shoulders and release any tension. As you lower your head towards the ground, notice your forehead and relaxing across your forehead, relaxing your face, your jaw. One more breath. Great, let's move forward and lower down onto the front of our bodies again for Sphinx pose. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders, wriggle onto the front of the thighs and the front of the feet. Hands are forward and fingers are spread. And as we lengthen from the toes all the way to the crown of the head, feel the breath with each inhale lifting and each exhale softening. Maybe with your exhale you can feel your lower belly drawing in. And notice your spinal core strength as you lift out from your pelvis, lifting through each vertebra. One more breath. Let's take our left hand at a slight diagonal towards the center of the mat and then roll onto the left side of your body. Great. We'll move this right knee towards us, flexing the right foot, flex the left foot as well, and keep that left heel in a straight line from the left hip and shoulder. You can now start to move this right leg up to the sky. Maybe it stays a little bit bent or it straightens up. I hope you've got the balance to stay on that left side. Maybe moving that left elbow forward a little bit, Eileen, if it's unbalancing for you. We'll stretch out through this leg. Maybe the hand comes to the shin calf area or the thigh, whatever's best for you. Breathing well. Take an extra breath. Great. Let's roll all the way over to the other side. Right elbow to the ground and that little diagonal with the forearm to the hand. Check in with the elbow if you need it a bit further forward. Flexing both feet as you draw the left knee in towards your left side of the body, the rib cage and the shoulder. As you draw that left knee in with your hand, holding onto the shin or the knee, you can then start to lengthen and straighten it up to the sky. Holding the hand to the thigh or the calf, softening through the left shoulder and keeping the breath moving, noticing the right side of your body, the length through both legs. Great. Exhale, let's roll back onto the front of our body, lower all the way down to the ground. Let's try opposite hand and leg lifts, noticing the front of your thighs to the mat again, lifting one hand and foot as you lower to the ground, lift the other side when you're ready and lowering after that side. Keep it going with your breath. Notice your breath moving your body. Possibly inhale to lift and engage and exhale to soften. And each arm is engaging with balance, each leg. As you notice through your leg line, feel the glute on each leg. And if one leg is overfiring, is overactive, try and switch that off a little bit and work on your weaker side. So the weaker legs doing more work to balance and match up your legs. Well done. One more breath and ending on the opposite side you started with, please. Great. Let's now take another variation to stretch our spine and work it. We bring the elbows to the sides of the body, lift the heart and the feet like you're skydiving. Inhale, reach the hands and the feet lower down. Exhale to engage, lifting up and looking forward. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale to lower and lengthen. You can breathe with that breath, or if it's better to inhale, engage and lift up, of course you're welcome to use your breath with the movement. However it fits for you and works with your breath, moving your body, breathing through. Let's take one more breath like this, drawing elbows to the sides, lifting chest and feet, and inhale, lowering down, crossing your forearms, and then lifting your feet over your legs to sway from side to side in crocodile. Head is totally relaxed. Maybe you sigh. Maybe you move your jaw from side to side a little bit to release any tension. Great. Let's take traditional Salabhasana locust pose now. So we move our hands either sides of our thighs. The backs of the hands are down and the palms of the hands are facing up. Shuffle your hands back a little bit more to draw your shoulders down. And then we can either just lift the chest looking forward, draw the shoulder blades towards each other. If you want to go further, you can lift the feet and keep the hands down, and that's quite nice. Breathing through. Or if you want to go further still, lifting the hands to the sides and lengthening from the toes to the crown of the head, wherever you are with each breath. Maybe trying all of those variations to notice what happens, the engagement of your body, noticing with your breath. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Lovely. And exhale to soften down. One more breath. Inhale to lift up and lengthen. Draw the shoulder blades together. And exhale to lower down. Great. Let's take our hands underneath shoulders. Firm the feet, draw the elbows in. Use your strength to press you up and back to child's pose. And in child's pose, as you take the hips to your heels, move your hands together so the palms are pressing together, and take the prayer to the back of your head, stretching out your shoulders and your upper arms. Have a breath through the back of the body again, the back of the lungs. Let's take our hands forward and lift up to downward facing dog again. Hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip distance apart. And as you pedal out, you may like to come forward to plank to just check that your hands and feet are the right length in down dog. And then bend your knees, send your hips back for down dog. You can straighten out the legs or keep them bent, and it's a little bit of a different stretch with the knees bent. You can feel the pelvis tilting backwards and the engagement of your core. And then as you straighten your legs, feel the back of the hips, the glutes, the back of the hamstrings and the leg line stretching. Let's lift our right foot up to the sky, please. Exhale, draw the knee in, step the foot forward to the top of the mat. We'll go through warrior one to warrior two again, grounding that left heel down and turning the foot at a slight diagonal. Inhale, rise to warrior one, reaching up to the top through the fingers, looking up, choosing hands shoulder width or together, pressing to both feet, feeling the left glute and lifting through your core. Exhale, open warrior two, the hands out to the sides, move that back foot back a little bit and turn the foot parallel to the back of the mat. Palms face up with the engagement of our upper arms, our triceps, slightly engaged, feeling that spiral. One more breath here. Great. With an inhale, reach the right hand up, exalted warrior. The left hand can just softly touch the back leg. And we can also wrap this left arm around our back to peel back the left shoulder. As you press that right knee forward a little bit, more feel the stretch through this right side. Inhale, let's release that left hand and take the right forearm to the side. Lift the left hand up and over in a big diagonal from the left heel to the fingertips. Feel the lines and the stretch of your body. Lift through your heart and your gaze, press to both feet. And notice both side bodies. So you're lifting through the right side body from the right hip to the shoulder as well as the left. Lovely. Inhale, let's rise up to the top again. And now let's turn our feet parallel. So the big toes are towards each other. Great. I'll come over here so you can see me a little bit more. Great. We'll turn the big toes parallel, hands to your hips. With an inhale, lift the heart, looking up. As you exhale, bend the knees a little bit and lower down to a forward fold. Reaching the hands forward. Let's look forward. Bend the knees quite a bit if you need to. And feel the hips sending them backwards. As you send the hips back, we take the weight back to the heels a little bit. And as if you could lean back as much as you can, noticing your sacrum, your lower back, the lower vertebra being stretched. This is called decompressive breath, and there's a few different ways that we can do this to really help our lower back, our spine, our core. As you notice your core, draw up through your lower belly. Inhale, lengthen and look forward. Exhale, let's take the hands towards the inside of the feet, and the hands are shoulder width apart. Hands can be a little bit forward of the feet or to the middle line of the feet at shoulder width apart. As you look forward, lengthen and maybe lift up to a flat back. As you exhale, soften and lower the head down. Take the weight to the front of the feet now, and we stay here for 3 breaths. Maybe you pulse it with an inhale, looking forwards and lengthening, and an exhale, folding in. Or maybe you stay in stillness and just notice the weight forward to the front of the feet as you start to straighten out the back of the legs. You can straighten and lift through the thighs, lifting through the hips. Well done. Lifting your core as well, and the shoulders away from the ears a little bit. Lovely. One more breath. Exhale, let's soften, turning your right foot to the top of the mat, please. Let's take the hands to the sides of the right foot and then stepping that right foot back to downward facing dog for the last time. We'll pedal out the legs, bending one knee, pressing the other heel down. And then bringing the knees down to the mat again. Let's sit in kneeling if that's okay for everyone. If it's not okay, if you've got a cushion or a block, you can place one between your hips and your heels and it takes it a little bit easier. You okay, Eileen, for that? Great. We'll do a few shoulder stretches, interlacing the hands behind the back, draw the shoulder blades towards each other, and then take the hands over to the right side of the body. Peel back the right shoulder and the right elbow, so tuck that in at the back. And then we can take our right ear towards our right shoulder to stretch out the left side of our neck, around the front of the left shoulder. Well done. One more breath. Coming to center with the head and the hands. Let's move the hands over to the left side. Tuck in the left elbow. I'm just moving to see you better. And as you center your shoulders, level them. And we tuck this left elbow in, feeling the left shoulder drawing back. Then dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. Great. Lovely. Feeling the stretch through the right side of the neck, across the front of the right shoulder. Softening your jaw and your face. Lifting your heart. Coming back to center with the hands, and let's release them. Maybe circling the wrist round a few ways, one time, one way, and then the other. Great, let's sit down onto our hips now, swiveling the feet forward. I'll just check the time. Great. I'll move any glute fresh from the sides of our hips and our thighs as we sit with both sit bones grounding and flexing the feet. Notice the feet and trying to create them as square as possible so the outer edges of the feet are level to the top of the mat and square and parallel. Inhale, let's reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, hover halfway, drop through lower belly and pelvic core. Inhale, reach the hands forward, looking beyond the feet. And exhale, lowering the hands down. They can be to the sides of the leg or to the feet. If you have a strap or a belt, you can hold a belt. As you flex the feet, spread the toes away from each other, draw the shoulders back, lift the heart forward, and feel your core. Each breath lengthening with an inhale, and exhale, softening down. Keeping the gaze forward to the toes to lengthen your spine and the back of the head. Each breath with an inhale to reach further forward slightly, and exhale to soften down. Let's take 5 more breaths here, please. Noticing the back of the body, the breath through the back of the lungs. Noticing your lower back, and if you can breathe or sense the breath moving to the lower back, imagine you're puffing up your kidneys, expanding your lungs, breathing through. Well done. One more big breath, please. Lengthening with an inhale, and exhale, folding. Lovely. Inhale, let's lift the hands up to the top, looking up, and exhale, hands down. Let's take our right foot into the left inner seam of the leg. Keep the left foot straight and the left foot flexed, pointing the toes up to the sky. Keep the foot active. Any glute fresh again if you need to move it to the side. And we angle our body and our gaze over to the left now. So it's a slight tiny twist in your lower back to the left. Inhale, reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, hover halfway, drawing up through lower belly again. Inhale, reach forward, and exhale, lowering the hands down. Looking beyond the toes again, keeping both feet active. And as you press the right foot into the left inner thigh, feel the right knee moving down towards the ground to stretch your inner thigh. As you press the left foot and notice the left toes engaged, feel the left back of knee and the back of the left leg. Lengthening forwards with an inhale, softening down as you exhale. Keeping your shoulders soft and moving them back slightly. And noticing your right shoulder level with your left. Lovely. Leveling the body, softening your face, softening your jaw. Breathing through. Take 2 more breaths, please. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rising the hands up to the top and looking up again, long tall spine. Exhale, hands to the floor. We'll take this right foot now and move it over the left thigh, keeping this left foot straight and active. We'll wrap the left arm around the knee, so we're looking to the right. Yes, that's right. Looking over your right shoulder, round to the right. Keep the left foot flexed, and as you turn, notice your belly pressing against the thigh. Breathing deep to the belly with an inhale, expanding the belly now, and exhale, drawing lower belly in. Inhale to expand the belly and lift your heart, looking round over your right shoulder, keeping the gaze soft with your jaw. Big deep breath. Keep breathing through. Let's take 2 more breaths. Inhale to expand. Exhale to turn. Inhale to lengthen and inflate the belly. Now exhale to turn a bit more. Great. Inhale to center. Let's reach the hands up again, looking up, and exhale, hands down. Great. We'll switch over the legs. You can shake them out a little bit if you like. Get level with the hips, and then let's take the left foot into the right inner seam, inner thigh of the leg. Maybe have a shuffle to move any glute fresh again, get centered, and then we turn our body slightly to the right. So we're facing that right foot, and there's a slight little turn, twist in the lower back slightly. Inhale, we'll reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, hover halfway as you forward fold, drawing up through pelvic core again. Inhale, we'll reach further forwards, and then exhale, lowering the hands down. Softening your shoulders, staying with your breath, noticing each breath leading to the next. Keep the foot flexed and the toes active, great. And noticing from the left foot again, the left knee moving out to the side, stretching your inner thigh. Noticing the right foot and the back of the leg, the back of the knee. Noticing shoulders level, and as we inhale, lengthening forward. Exhale, softening down, drawing up through your lower belly and your core. Take 3 more big breaths, breathing fully, noticing the length of your breath, keeping the length of the leg and the spine. Big deep breath, breathing through. Softening your face and jaw. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Let's come up to the top now. Inhale, reaching the hands up to the sky. And exhale, hands down to the sides. Taking that left foot over the right thigh now. Pressing the foot flat and keeping that right foot flexed. We wrap our right elbow, arm around the knee and look over the left shoulder. Keeping the spine long and straight. Lifting through the heart. Pressing your thigh against the belly and activating the breath. Big deep belly breath. Massaging your internal organ. And as we twist through our lower back, it really helps our spinal strength, the hips, and also our kidneys. As we breathe through, massaging our internal organs and cleansing with our breath. Noticing both feet and engaging the feet again. And each breath turning a little bit more. Let's take 2 more breaths, please. Inhale to lengthen, inflating the belly. Exhale to turn around. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to turn. Inhale to the center, looking forwards, reaching the hands up to the sky. And exhale, hands to the ground. Great. Have a shuffle out of the legs. Lovely. Let's take the feet together, soles of the feet together and knees wide. You can have them out away from you, giving yourself a bit of room, or pull them towards you, whatever feels the best way for you in cobbler's pose. You can move some glute fish as well. That's a good idea. And as we sit really tall, we can have our hands to our shins, our ankles, or around the feet. If you have your hands on the feet, we can take the thumbs to the inside of the middle point of the inner arches, and we press on that point to open the soles of our feet and activate the ligaments and the strength of our ankles a bit more. Inhale, lifting up through our spine, looking up. You can stay seated and tall, or exhale, we forward fold and just taking it to what's right for you, maybe pressing the elbows to the inner seams of the legs, or maybe dropping the elbows in front of the shins to lower a little bit further down. As you soften your shoulders, softening your face and your jaw, noticing from your tailbone the length of your spine. Noticing each breath lifting with an inhale, lengthening, and as you exhale, softening and noticing your pelvis drawing up through pelvic core, lower belly, breathing deep. And in all of our forward folds, whether they're seated or standing, when we engage our pelvis and lift up through our core like this, we're really helping our whole system, our whole body, massaging internal organs and toning our stability, our core strength. Let's take 2 more breaths, please. Inhale to lengthen forward. Exhale to fold down. Inhale to lengthen, feel the tailbone to the top of your spine. Exhale to soften even more, draw up through your core. Inhale, coming up to the top. You can reach our hands up again if you like. And exhale, hands to the ground. Let's take our hands back behind us now. Move the feet so that they're flat to the ground and parallel, and the knees are parallel and hip distance apart with the feet. We move the hands back a little bit more, and we're aiming to get the same distance between our hands and our hips, and our feet and our hips. So when we lift up into reverse tabletop, it's a bit easier for us and more aligned. Great, let's press the ground away. Maybe you stay quite low with your hips, or we lift the hips up as much as we can and feel them level to the ground, leveling the legs. Notice the knees over the heels, and then either looking down across the body, or we look up to the sky. Feel the hands, the wrists stacked over underneath the shoulders, lengthening your spine, looking up. One more breath, balancing your hands and your feet. Exhale, lowering the hips down to the ground. Well done. Let's walk our hips and our feet forward a little bit to the top of the mat. We'll lower down onto our backs. Taking the hands forward, palms turned up. Let's start to lower down all the way, slow as we can to our core, drawing up through the lower belly, feeling the back meeting the mat really slowly through each section of the lower back, drawing lower belly more, and through your mid back, your rib cage, to your shoulders. Well done. Reach the hands overhead. Let's point the feet so we've got long stretch through the body, stretching from toes to fingers, and then exhale, softening. Let's hug our knees into our chest and rock from side to side. And then you can either stay with that or moving the hands and the feet up to the sky, just circling your wrists and your ankles around one way and then the other way. We'll hug our knees in again and we're ready for Shavasana. If you've got any lower back issues, you can flatten the feet to the ground a bit wider than hip distance apart. Bring the inner knees to touch for restorative rest. If you haven't any lower back issues and you want to take the traditional Shavasana, straightening the legs, your arms are wide to the sides, palms turned up, softening your shoulders, softening through your body and your legs, and letting yourself fully relax, giving yourself permission to fully drop and soften all the way through. You sense The softness of your body with your breath soft, noticing the sound of your breath, and allowing your breath again to take you deeper, softening across your heart to your lungs, with love and peace from your heart, sending this love and peace all the way through you. As you relax down your arms, sending love and peace down to your fingers and thumbs. As you relax down your body, the whole of your torso, all of your spine and your internal organs, sending love and peace all the way through, down to your pelvis, your hips and your legs, relaxing and sending love and peace down to your feet, to your toes, soles of your feet, relaxing and softening as you soak in your practice the energy of prana, relaxing your face, all the muscles of your face, relaxing the back of the eyes, your ears, jaw, relaxing across your chin, your jaw, your cheek, noticing the back of your head relaxing, the scalp on your head relaxing, with love and peace all the way through you. And as you rest for a few more moments, saying thanks to yourself, thanking your body, sending thanks out to your life, and I read a short passage by Rumi. There is a candle in your heart ready to be kindled. There is a void in your soul ready to be filled. You feel it, don't you? Invite the beloved to fill you up. Embrace the fire. Remind those who tell you otherwise that love comes to you of its own accord. And the teaching of love cannot be learned in any school. The living of love is the fullness of your heart. As you seal this in with thanks and gratitude, saying thanks once again, and starting to move fingers and toes, thumbs, maybe rotating your wrists, your ankles, Having a stretch as you like, maybe hands overhead, hugging the knees in. As you rock from side to side, maybe coming up to seated or rolling onto your side for a few breaths. As we come to seated, let's bring our hands to our heart, please. Sitting with a long, tall spine. As we press our palms to our heart, we acknowledge our mind, body, and heart in balance with our breath. Bowing to your heart and bowing to each other. Namaste. Thank you for a lovely class together. Back, our first class back. Yeah, it's really nice. Thank you everyone online as well. I hope it worked this time. We had success